Blog Talk Radio.
Yo, Bantan.
¿Cuál onda, Pelancho?
¿Qué es lo que está sonando por ahí?
Pardo vaina y que.
Acabo de llegar a mi país.
Suave, oye esa vaina.
Acabo de llegar a mi país. Uy, ¿y qué es lo que yo escucho por ahí? Rapeadores que están pegados, tan sonados. ¿Cómo va a ser? Con puro ritmo baiteado. Acabo de llegar a mi país. Uy, ¿y qué es lo que yo escucho por ahí? Rapeadores que están pegados, tan sonados. ¿Cómo va a ser? Con puro ritmo baiteado.
Ellos son pura copia, siempre fotocopia. El mismo ringtone, pero desde otro Nokia. Enredando a la gente con esa basofia. Así que flow de paquete y directo de copia. Copia, a mí no me interesa de dónde tu flow, así que deja la pereza. Bye. Escribí que suena de tristeza. A estas alturas son pura copia y no son inéditos. Quieren ranking y sin méritos. No tienen referencia ni créditos y no pueden salir del crédito. No son profesionales porque su ritmo lo pagan en Alex. Son pura copia, no son originales. Dices que fumantan cantando las reales, haciendo los reales.
Acabo de llegar a mi país, uy, y que es lo que yo escucho por ahí. Rapeadores que están pegados, tan sonados. ¿Cómo va a ser? Con puro ritmo baiteado. Acabo de llegar a mi país, uy, y que es lo que yo escucho por ahí. Rapeadores que están pegados, tan sonados. ¿Cómo va a ser? Con puro ritmo baiteado. Se denominan artistas. Será de tercera clase, cuarta o quinta.
All right, welcome to the Jeff Mayweather Radio Show. My name is Alex Iserman, and of course, as always, joined by, still at his dinner, I believe, Jeff Mayweather. Jeff, how you doing tonight? You out at dinner?
How's it going? Yeah.
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Where are you having dinner at tonight?
The name of this place. That's the B.
But anyway, tonight we're going to be joined by two guys fresh off their victory this weekend. Both, one's up and coming, one's already been around for a while, but both are looking to get a championship picture real quick. Joined by Jalen Love, who improved to 13-0 with a pretty bizarre fight this past weekend. And just before that, Ishe Smith will be joining us in a few minutes, and he improved to 24-5 with a victory over Irving Garcia. So Ishe will be here in a few minutes, and we already have Jalen on. So Jalen, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how's it
Thanks
going?
for joining us.
Hey, what's going on, Jeff? How's everything?
I'm good. I'm at dinner, right? Unfortunately.
Hey, Jeff, did you get a chance to see Jay Leon's fight? I know you were otherwise busy, but you can see on tape or YouTube or anything?
No, I didn't get a chance to see anything. I was at the Warrior Dawson fight, so I didn't get a chance to see anything.
Right. Well, Jay Leon, of course, for those of us that did see it, really bizarre fight, not for anything you did. Well, actually, I guess it was because of what you did. You're in there with Ramon Valenzuela. A tough guy, but clearly, not quite in your class. So, kind of explain for those of us that didn't see it or that did see it. What kind of led to the disqualification and what he was trying to do.
Well, we were dictating the fight, from round 1 to round 8, so. It was just me just showcasing my skill, which I think frustrated him a lot. So he resorted to trying to throw me out the ring. I guess that was his attempt. The first time J-Nady warned him, took a point, and as the eighth continued, we seen it was time for the stoppage. We pressed for it. And, as we were catching them and it looked like we were going to get him, he grabbed both legs and lifted me up to attempt to throw me out the ring a second time. So, that was, the fight was called after that. And, that was the cause of the disqualification.
Now, were you a little bummed by that? I mean, even though, you clearly won the fight, Does it aggravate you a little bit to get a DQ on there? Would you rather have the knockout or even a decision win, or are you okay with that? And also for both of you, do you think that was something that the ref should have done at that point, or do you think he should have just taken maybe 2 points and then let the fight continue?
Well, if you ask me, I mean, Joine did his job. I mean, I can't question him for it. He knew it was right. As a fighter, what's right is wrong. As a human being, what's right is wrong. You know what I mean? So, I can't question him for that. But, I would have loved for the fight to be continued because I knew we would have stopped him. And, we wanted to stop him. And just to show that we could get the job done. But, it is what it is. And, we still got the victory. I didn't want it in that way, but, we got the victory, and, I can't question it.
Chip, have you ever been someone's trainer or been involved in a fight with any kind of situation similar to that?
Well, not necessarily similar to that, but I've been involved in a fight where the lights went out, and completely out. They had to call the fight. So that's a little different. That's more like, from nature, rather than a fighter just being an asshole. So I don't guess I haven't really been in that type of situation.
What was real strange, I think I talked to you about Jay Leon, I don't think you noticed, but after the fight, before they even announced the decision, then he had Valenzuela's going over and he's hitting on the ring girl, which was, we were just rolling over there because, I mean, he's over there trying to ask this girl out and she's looking at us like this guy's crazy or what. I mean, I don't know if you got to exchange any words with him, but was he, did he seem like he was mentally stable? Because that's just bizarre, though. The whole fight was bizarre.
Yeah, I don't really know. We were all, after the fight, we kind of ran into him, his father, and his brother. And, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know if the guy's all there, but, he seemed pretty off to me, especially to throw somebody out the ring. But, I can't blame him for trying to do what he did after, but, it is what it is.
What did you think of his talent level? I mean, that's someone you think where you should be right now? Are you ready to take a big step up? I mean, how did he compare to the other people you've been in the ring with?
I mean, he was just a tough guy. I mean, most Mexican fighters are. He was somebody I could display my talent on. I knew we could outbox him and outclass him. So, he was a tough guy. I mean, he had only one loss. He was stopped when he tried to step up. And, I mean, these guys, those Mexican tough fighters could be trouble for anyone. So, I mean, we're always looking to step up. I feel like, I'm ready to take that step. I work too hard. We work hard, in and out of the ring, in and out of the gym. So, you know what I mean? Whatever's next is for me. We're gonna take it, whether it's a step up or the same type of guy or a durable guy like that. I mean, he was a durable guy, but I think we still would have closed the show in a stoppage. I mean, we all seen it. It was there, but, it resulted in that.
Now, the one thing that was kind of cool for you is that, unfortunately, the Alexander and Bailey fight got scrapped, so it elevated you to the, the Showtime card. How excited were you for that, and did you feel like you gave a good performance for your, for a showcase bout for yourself?
Well, it was a very exciting and a great opportunity for me. It was for the both of us, you know what I mean? So I knew that I really had to step up and do my best because you always want to give your best performance. Of course, you can't please everyone. You got some guys that say that, yeah, I'm the real deal, or you got guys that say that, oh, he's just a prospect, he's a normal or whatever. You can't please everybody, but as long as I got to showcase my skill to show that I'm a serious competitor in the game right now, But that's all up to the guys that were watching the fight. If you were satisfied, if you thought I put on a good performance.
All right, we're going to bring on another guy that's was on the card with you and performed quite well himself. So improving to 24-5 on the fight with his victory over Irving Garcia. Ishe Smith, welcome to the show, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
You just talk. Yeah, you're on with Jay Leon and Jeff Mayweather.
What's going on, Chad?
Oh, okay. Yeah, what's up, Jay?
Hey, how's it going?
Anyway, we've talked a little bit about Jay Leon, about his fight. Let's talk a little about yours. it didn't quite have the exciting finish Jay Leon's did, but just like Jay Leon, it was a performance. You clearly dominated the entire way. Unfortunately, I know you said yesterday you're going to get the hand checked out, and that kind of caused you to be able to finish the fight. So tell us about your hand, what they said about it, and then how it affected you in the fight.
They said that to rest it a couple weeks and just to give it some rest. It was no breaks or no fractures in the hand, and it was just one of those things, man, where just when I would hit him with a right hand, it would hurt. I still pressed the issue. I still was trying to get him out of there. He had a lot of heart, and he was durable, and he forced me to have to throw a lot of punches because I was trying, and I got hit a little bit more in this fight, but I could have stayed on the outside and boxed and just used my jab, but a lot of people would have probably felt that was boring. So I tried to go out there and make the fight as exciting as possible for the fans and for the viewers, and I thought we accomplished that. I almost threw 700 punches, and that's a lot of punches in a 10-round fight. So it's just one of those things that happened, man, but I'm not going to make no excuse. I can't say if it wouldn't have happened, I would have knocked him out. It's just, he was just a durable guy. He had a lot of heart, and he didn't want to go down.
Oh, yeah, I know. I noticed, you dropped him there in the first round. It was, and then after that you were able to put him away. It's clearly a fight, like I said, he was a tough guy, but it's clearly a fight you dominated. Of course, the hand kind of explains why you didn't put him away. I did notice, however, though, starting around the 7th round, you started talking a lot of trash to him in the ring. What were you saying?
Well, it's just, I knew it was becoming an issue with, him. He was durable, and, I just was telling my coach we was just trying to press and press and press. I knew he wanted to quit. I knew he was almost at the verge of quitting, and I had just when the bell had rung, and I told him, I was just like, I'm gonna walk your ass down for the rest of the fight. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep coming. So I just wanted him to know that was just something that, I wasn't going to box. I wasn't going to try to use my legs. I was just going to keep, boxing. I wasn't going to box. I was just going to come and get him, and that's what we did. Like I said, I'm not going to make excuses. I mean, people saw my hand after the fight. I'm not the one that's going to complain or nothing. But, I thought we put on a good performance. Like you said, we dominated, and he was just a tough competitor.
Yeah. Now, you guys are both pretty tight, so I'm wondering, of course, you had just finished your fight, and Jay Leon was just, getting ready to go on for his. But did you guys get a chance to catch at all each other's fight? And if so, what did you think of the performances?
I got to catch a little of Jay's. Obviously, being with the doctor and having to sign all that paperwork and stuff like that, I didn't get to catch as much as I wanted to catch because I was really, my hand, I hurt it real bad. I heard it in like the 4th or 5th round. I heard it real bad, and I think the last round or the round before the last one, I shook my hand. And but I knew Jay was going to take care of business. Jay's definitely an up and coming prospect. He has a bright future ahead of himself, and I think Al Heyman is doing the right thing and moving him right. And I think as long as he keeps his head on straight and keeps working hard and keeps that determination and drive going, I think he'll be a champion one day. He just, like I said, just got to keep his head on straight. But it definitely was a pleasure to share the car with him. We sparred during camp, trained together, and it was a pleasure sharing the car with him and just going out there and representing Mayweather Promotions and, Leonard and Floyd. It was a good night for us.
I appreciate it, Ishe. I appreciate it. I got to check out Ishe. I was in the locker room warming up and padding up as we were watching him fight. And, I mean, he put on a good performance, you know what I mean? I've been watching Ishe since I was younger. So to share the car with him is a crazy opportunity because, you sit there and you sit in front of the TV and watch a guy, you grew up, or you watch fighting on TV, and now here you sharing the same card as him. It's crazy. So, you never know what life will hand you in. So that was a great opportunity, and it's definitely a pleasure. We trained hard in the gym, so I already knew that, Ishe would put in the work and knew what he had to do to get that victory.
Hey, now, Jeff, to bring you in here a little bit, you've been around Ishe for years. You've known him, of course, Jay Leone, you see all the time. He's newer, but you see him there in the gym quite a bit. What are your thoughts on both of these guys? You know, and you did see these fights, but as far as their prospects and what they've been able to accomplish so far.
Well, of course, I mean, I've known Ishe for a very long time. I've known Ishe since he was like probably about 16, 17 years old. I actually fought with him when I first came out here. And even then, I mean, he was able to, you know, to do great, you know, even at that young age. So, I mean, I know he always had, you know, marketing talent, and basically, you know, it's just a matter of him getting an opportunity, you know, and possibly win the championship again.
Got a little loud where you at there, Jeff. And for you guys, of course, the main event was quite a show. What are your guys' thoughts on that fight? I mean, Matisse was, you know, incredible. He's a huge puncher, and Jose really impressed everybody with, you know, this chin in his heart. If you saw the fight there, what were your impressions of that, and as far as both those guys go?
I think Matisse was a great. He put on a great performance as well. Jose was kind of game for a while. You know, I thought he was going to stick around, and you know, Matisse caught up to him. So, but I watched him a couple of times in the Zab Judah fight and in the Devin Alexander fight, and I mean, I see that he has 2 losses, but I really don't count those as losses. I think he won both fights, but you know, I mean, he just showed that, you know, he's a game competitor. He can take whatever you can dish out, but, you know, he's going to let you be known that he's going to dish it right back out. And the dude is a strong, tough puncher. You see him and get in there, and he gets the job done.
What about you, Ishe?
I think he's one of the best at 140. Definitely would like to see him fight Danny Garcia. I think that fight would produce fireworks. You know, definitely his whole camp and just everybody is very friendly people, and I think he put on the show Saturday. It was a very entertaining fight. I'm glad that, you know, Golden Boy and Mayweather Promotions was able to keep the card alive and definitely keep it, you know, going and allowing us the privilege to fight. You know, sometimes that doesn't happen. You know, you train for 2 months, 6 weeks, a fight falls, the main event falls out, and then the whole card is canceled and you don't get paid. So definitely a credit to Golden Boy and Mayweather Promotions for keeping that card together. And I think, you know, he has a good future. You know, I would love to see him fight Danny Garcia. That's the fight I think fans want to see now more than anything.
Yeah, for sure. The one thing also I'd like to get, you know, you'd mentioned about, you know, the card there. A huge weekend, actually a really, really huge month for boxing in general. I mean, so many big fights. So you guys, and actually for Jeff too, because you had Louis Tupou on an undercard of the Ward and Dawson fight. Are you happier that you're part of a huge weekend? You know, or do you feel like you get more attention that way, or do you feel almost like you get a chance to get lost in the shuffle with, you know, with other cards and, you know, distracting people and taking away maybe a little bit from yours? So do you feel it's a blessing or negative?
I think it's always good to be a part of a big weekend. I mean, you can't pick the day or, you know, necessarily what's going to happen at, you know, on certain days what a promoter does days, but, you know, I don't think Ward or Dawson took from our fight card, and I don't think we took from their fight card. It was a good weekend, and it was a good weekend, and we put on a good show. You know, the thing that hurts boxing is, you know, our fight was in Vegas, that fight was in California. What hurts boxing kind of is what's happening this weekend, where you have Chavez and Martinez happening about a mile and a half away from Canelo and Lopez. I think, you know, as a boxing fan and as a boxer myself, we need to try to work together to kind of not do that. It will maximize more if we be able to put these cards on at different times. But I don't think me and Jay's card was affected by Ward and Dawson because it was in a different state.
Jay, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge weekend of boxing, and I think just, you know, that's just the best. That's what makes the fans of boxing the greatest, because they all tune in, whether the fight was on the same day or whatever, so I think that's what sets out to we have the best fans, because regardless of what, I don't think it's the Ward or Dawson fight took away from our card. We had a lot of people there at the fights, and you had a lot of people watching the fights. I know a lot of people from Michigan viewed the fight, and a lot of other people from different parts viewed the fight. So to have a big weekend of boxing and to be a part of it is a great thing. I mean, it brings a lot of attention to you. Before, I was on the Extreme, and now I'm on Showtime. It was all a great opportunity, man. I got to showcase my talent. We all got to showcase our talent. And, that's just something we dream about. And so we were part of a big weekend of boxing. Here we got another weekend of huge boxing coming up, which is quite different because it is on the same day, you know what I mean, in the same place, right down the street from each other. So it'll be kind of difficult, to see how it plays out.
Oh, yeah, I actually want to get your thoughts on the fights here in just a second. Jeff, it's never as fun to talk about losses, of course, as victories, but unfortunately for you, Bowie Tupou, he lost to Malik Scott. What happened there? And I heard Malik Scott on the radio yesterday. Just your thoughts on him as a boxer. He claims that he has the best skills of any heavyweight boxer out there. Your thoughts on him as a boxer and what went wrong for Bowie?
Well, the one thing with Malik Scott, I will give him credit as probably being one of the best boxers, in the heavyweight division. He truly is one of the best boxers in the heavyweight division. I see that myself. And once and that's kind of what he displayed on fight night. In a situation where it was, a puncher against a pure boxer. And we just got outthought. We got outboxed. Boy just couldn't pull the trigger. And when I say he couldn't pull the trigger, it would just mean that it's timing. A lot of times when you're in the ring with a guy that's a pure boxer, he has great vision. And that's basically what, that was the case. He's not a big puncher or anything. He put his punches together pretty good, but most of the time he's using his jab. But the one thing about him is this, that he could see every time he tried to load up and try to throw a big shot, he was gone. He was almost like he read his mind before he could even do it. So, I give a lot of credit to Malik Scott, and I just think that, for Bowie, it was just the wrong opponent for him. He needs a guy that's going to engage and that's going to, put it in a situation where it's a war, and then you have a war of nutrition. Which guy is the best, one guy is the strongest, which guy can outlast the other guy. Those are the type of fights that Bowie needs. Of course, to try to win the heavyweight title, of course you got to face everything. But, on this journey, he's a guy that has, 24 fights now, and all of his jobs, all of his fights are learned on the job. He's a guy that's never had an amateur career or anything. So, it's a little different. If you're fortunate enough to have management that actually, have a little power in the game, I think that they should, understand the fact that this guy is still green. Even though he has 24 fights, he's green. He still haven't learned anything. So it's one of those things where, the matchmaking was bad, I think, in terms of his management, because they shouldn't allow him to even fight a guy like Malik Scott. Malik Scott is a great boxer, and I give him all the credit.
Yeah. All right, guys, we've got a few minutes left here. Just want to go back again to the fights this weekend. Are you going to attend them, and what are your thoughts on the two big main events? I know Ishe, I think it was you on Twitter today, right, mentioned that you saw Lopez and thought he had a chance until you saw him, and he's a pretty small guy. I think that was you that tweeted that, right?
Yeah, he just, he has a big heart. I have a lot of respect for him, and I liked his demeanor leading up to the fight. I haven't saw much interviews of him talking trash. He's kind of been low-key flying under the radar, and I was giving him like a kind of an upset chance until I saw how actually little he is. what I mean by little is like he's not small, like short-wise than Canelo, but it's just his frame. It's like everything on him looks, just his arms and his legs, he just don't look that big. Look like he may have just tried to put the weight on, didn't cut back that much, didn't wear the clothes necessarily to have to lose weight, and that worries me. Canelo's not the tallest guy, but he is 154 pounds. So that worried me a little bit today, but who knows? He still may surprise some people, and it could be a good fight. Who knows? But he just looked real little to me today.
And what do you think of the other fight? Who you got in Martinez and Chavez?
You know, a lot of people not giving Chavez Jr. a chance. I'm riding with Chavez on a decision. I think he's going to be too big, and I think he's just going to that pressure, and he's going to walk him down. And I really haven't liked how Martinez looks his last few fights. I haven't. He went on the overseas thing, fighting all these guys from overseas, and I just haven't really cared too much how he's looked. And I think Chavez has improved enough to make it a fight and maybe eke out a decision. So we'll see what. Hopefully we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna ride with Chavez for Saturday.
And what about you, Jay?
Man, for the Canelo Wasito Lopez fight, I mean, I always go for the underdogs. You know what I mean? That's just my thing. So, I mean, I'm always looking for an upset. But, you know, if it was a safe bet, I would go with Canelo. But I'm looking for Wasito Lopez to come out and do something dangerous. Do something dangerous and possibly do what he did in the Victor Ortiz standpoint. You know what I mean? So, you never really know. But, you know, I'm hoping for an upset. And with Chavez Jr. and Sergio Martinez, I'm not a big fan of Chavez Jr. I mean, he did great his last performance against Andy Lee, but you know what I mean. I'm looking for Sergio Martinez since he doesn't have the shine that Chavez Jr. has. So I'm looking for Sergio to come out, you know, and I think he can get the job done. So hopefully, you know, I'm right. But I'm hoping for just some good fights, you know. I'll be in attendance for the fight. So I'm trying to debate whether I'm gonna go to the Martinez Chavez Jr. fight or the Wasito Lopez Canelo Alvarez fight.
Yeah, have you made up your mind yet, Ishe, which one you going to?
What's your say?
Have you made up your mind? Are you going to either fight, and which one are you going to?
I'll probably end up going to the Canelo fight just because I have an interest because it's 154 pounds. So I'll probably go there. Jay might go to Chavez and Martinez because it's, you know, you have Matthew Macklin on that card and, you know, you have Chavez on that card, and he's a 160-pounder, so he has interest in that one. So, you know, I like to see the guys in my weight fight. I definitely want to see Canelo, so we'll see. I'll probably end up going to the Canelo one.
All right, guys, we just got like 2 minutes left here. Really appreciate your time. Go ahead and give us a rundown where people can follow you and check you out on Facebook and that kind of stuff.
All right, well, you can reach me on Twitter at any time, man. You know, tweet me, mention me, whatever you do. You know what I mean? At 2012 J Love, or you can Facebook me at J Leon Love, J'_Leon, last name Love, LOVE. Just hit me up anytime. Thanks for all the boxing fans that follow our careers. You know, I appreciate you.
All right. Ishe?
You can reach me on Instagram at Ishe Sugar Shay. You can reach me on Twitter at the same name, Ishe Sugar Shay. Follow me, tweet me, whatever. I appreciate all the fans and just for supporting my career for so long. It's been a long road, but we're finally going to get our shot soon. Definitely want to shout out Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby over at Mayweather Promotions for giving us the opportunity to showcase our skills in Vegas. And I definitely want to shout out Jay for helping me get ready for last week and just everybody that helped us in camp. I really do appreciate it.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, we're out of time here. I really appreciate it. Jeff, sorry we interrupted your dinner there. Maybe we'll get you next week to talk a little bit more. But appreciate both your times, and congratulations on impressive victories, and we look forward to seeing you again in the ring real soon.
Okay, thank you.